I am all yours.
Michele, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's an absolute pleasure.
It's been a couple of months of email communications,
Tennis.
back and forward. But do you know what? I see when I started talking to him, like, he's opening up in Glasgow. He's got 8 million things going on right now. Mm-hmm. But can I see how it goes?
But you stuck with it, and I admire that.
Well, do you know something? And I was talking to Paul about this before you came in. It is one of the best pizzas I've ever had.
Ugh.
Like, I'm being deadly serious. I was in Edinburgh at one of those float centres, it's like the sea salt or the
the isolation.
Yeah, and my mate Tony, she's like, you've got to try this place, honestly. And we went on the way back, got pepperoni pizza, and it was fucking incredible.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, that's when it piqued my interest.
Yeah.
And I'd kind of started having a look into the company and yourself, and then it was like, you're opening in Glasgow, and I was like, this is the paths are, stars are aligning here. First off, how has it been in Glasgow? How has the first couple of months been?
We are a month in,
Mm-hmm.
month and a bit in.
Right.
It's mad. Firstly, it's like a dream come true for me. I'm actually going to see the guys just now, right? Mm-hmm. This is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like, I've been dreaming about this since I opened my first restaurant, since I built my first restaurant with my own 2 hands, with my mates. Like, I'm originally from this side.
Uh-huh.
Like, my earliest memories are in my nono's chippy,
right,
in Glasgow, and and spending Christmas days in there. Like, this is my city. This like, I just landed in Edinburgh by accident. So I always wanted to do it, and for the past 7 years I've been watching people, like, nobody does both. It's like nobody comes this way and survives. But it's a massive deal for me, so we got it open. I'm proud. Like, it's our busiest. It's probably busier than any of our Edinburgh shops already. This, like, the the team are just incredible. Like, the I feel that the product's better. The interiors, like it's like all the shit I couldn't afford 7 years ago. And the guys we designed it with, like, my only relationship with this side of town was I used to skate Kelvin Grove Skate Park.
Right, okay.
So we made the place look like a fucking skate park.
Nice.
So it's like, so I just love it.
Yeah.
So, and like, we're going today, like, I'm through 2 or 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. I just like hanging out there. I want to show the staff. Like, I need to kind of convey that this is a big deal for me. I'm not just like, oh yeah, we opened in Glasgow and I'll come through once a month.
Yeah.
And thing. It's like, hiya.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And just like drink it. So how is it going? It's going good. I'm really proud of it. Like, I'm just really happy with it. And we did it. Like, that's like, do you know, like I said I would like to open in Glasgow. Then I said, I'm going to open in Glasgow. And now I'm fucking open in Glasgow. And it's just like, it's like, irrespective of how it goes, like, I did it.
Did you have, you're saying there about the whole Glasgow Edinburgh thing, there isn't a lot of places that do both. Was that on your mind before opening, or were you just dead on with the idea of doing it? I'm
like so stubborn. Mm-hmm. Like, it was on my mind, but it wasn't. I was like, I'll make you love me. and then we opened, and like, it was mad. Like, the day we opened, we got like 10 bad reviews before we opened.
Gee, saying what? Just
shite. It's not very good. It's too expensive. And I was like, oh, welcome to Glasgow. But people have come and they've loved. Like, a lot of people are just like, so it's really mad, because a lot of people are like, we visit when we go in Edinburgh. Mm-hmm. We love it. Welcome. Thank you. And I'm like, thank you. And a lot of people are like, we heard you're fucking, like, and I was like, we're not better than anybody. Like, we're good, we're different. Mm-hmm. Like, I said if Glasgow could love 2 fucking football teams, they could love 2 pizza brands. No, but and we've been really well received. A lot of people, like, want to, like, see what the fuss is about. And it's really difficult because there is a lot of fuss, and there was a lot of fuss, and I'm like, you need to see through this. Like, we started 9 years ago next week, and one crappy oven, and I think it was probably at the same time as, like, around about the same time as Paisano opened through here, right? And we were very low profile, and there was to get to all this fuss and noise that the press made, and people, like, our reputation came before us. It's like, no, we're actually really sound, and we love like like it was like a pure food journey. Like it was like, you know, it was like a mad, you know, it wasn't just like, hey, we're here and we've got,
it just happened.
Like, you know, we started in minus figures, and you know, we had to really cut our craft, and you know, then we started like underground, like, you know, getting fucking like awards, like, you know, about pizza. It's not about hype. Like at the very core of it, we were like, you know, like into the food and the craft. And when there was a whole like you know, the Neapolitan thing was happening, you know, like around about that time, like I was like, I'm just going for like pure New York's, like this is my style of pizza, this is what I want to do. So very different, and we're trying to teach people that as well, like, you know. So what was the question? It's Glasgow's going well, and the journey, it's been really humbling. So that, like, there was a bit of fuss, and I was trying to show the team when we opened, I was like, this is like ground zero for us. Let's start again. So, like, do you know what I mean? It's like literally starting from scratch again. Everything that happened in Edinburgh doesn't matter, doesn't count. Like, it's like a pure charm offensive. Hey, you didn't like that? Tell us why. You know. You know, this isn't for you. Tell us why. This and we're, you know, we're still, you know, as I said, I'll make you love me. You're getting it.
But it must, see, when you look back, like, so it's obviously coming up for 9 years. You're looking at a projected turnover of 10 million quid next year. Does that not fucking blow your mind from where you started?
It doesn't. It's completely. Like, when we first started, we had nothing. Like, we opened the first place on, I sold, there's a story about sneakers, I sold my car, I borrowed, like, with credit cards and shit.
You sold your full trainer collection to fund it.
Not all of it. Never sell all of it.
How heartbreaking was that?
Do you know what? It was just time. It was just like, I had nothing. Like, I had an idea. Nobody would invest in us. Nobody would give me money. Nobody touched me. Like, do you know what I mean?
Did you try like banks and?
I tried banks. I tried. You know, I didn't put any friends under. Throw any friends. I just tried. I tried anywhere. And it's just like negative. And that's like where I want to. That's a position I want to come from. Like, I fucking love an underdog story. But like, how do you get from here to here without? And I'm not going to use the wealthy paid, like, I'm not, everybody's got their own things. Like, when, you know, like the working classes, or just somebody with an idea, or somebody with passion, but no bankroll. You know, didn't have a house to sell, didn't have, like, and it's not like poor me. But how do you, that's kind of like, that's like my thing now, is like how, you know, when I hopefully get out of, you know, like my next thing would be, I like to kind of like coach people in how to get from A to B if you don't have A, if you're not even at A yet, because that's where I started. You know what I mean? And so it does blow my mind, but we're not done yet. And
that's what I was going to ask you. See, even obviously those are massive numbers, but for you, does that just spur you on to do more? Yeah,
it spurs me on. Do you know what? Like right now, that doesn't even, like, it spurs me on to survive. Like, you know, somebody was saying, like, who do you see as your biggest? I'm not in competition with anybody. Like, anybody that's in my space, selling food, employing people in hospitality, I have the utmost respect for now, because it's not for the faint-hearted.
I suppose it's been one of the industries that have been hammered over the last few years with COVID.
And you know, like you know, there's like, I used to be really competitive, and I was like punching up, and I'd have pops at other brands. And now I'm like, actually, it's like I want to help, like, because it's like, you know, that rising tide helps all ships thing, because it's not easy out there, and you know, it's not, you know, it's like for hospitality to survive, and for B to give people like me a career, like a positive career. Then we've got to make it through this like shitstorm, this post-COVID shitstorm. It's like, it's, you know, there's you know, pick a cause for price going, like, you know, whether it's utilities or fucking thing, everything's just, you know, fucking like odds are stacked against us, and you see all your favourite places are closing down, going down to 5 days a week. Like, it's, as I said, it's not for the faint-hearted. So I've just got the most respect for anybody in my space right now, because it's like, we don't sleep. I just, it's like, irrespective of the numbers, we just like spend like day to day worrying about what the fuck's going to happen now.
And even, do you still get that even at this point, 9 years down the line with the brand? Do you still have the same, do you still approach it like an underdog, or do you feel more established now?
Nah, I think there's probably like underdog, a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like I've worked on my imposter syndrome. I was like, right, we're here now. So, but I still fucking like every day. Like what's the fight? Where's the fight? Where are we taking to it? Like I'm still developing the product, the training, our presence. Like where do I sit in this community and hospitality now? And so I still approach it from that. Like looking at all the big guys and like my peers and the people that I admire, and just try to like cut our own path. Yeah, with like just pure authenticity and like just like pure hippie. Like
just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Where did the idea come from to actually do it?
Where did it come from? It came from, I was just hospitality. Like, I was mostly like, I'd always had this idea for this, like, brand and the style of dining that I thought I just want to sit there. I kind of wasn't really into fine dining. Like I hate the fuss. Like Edinburgh's lots of really sort of fussy eateries. And I'm not going to say wanky, but there's a lot of wanky stuff going on. And I was like, and I just I saw the kind of something like really like casual dining, but really not even high end, just high quality craft. Like I just wanted to be all about the food, but I wanted like it's going to be like my space. That's going to be fucking like the music's going to be better. The decor's going to be like me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's going to be like a journey into my kind of head. But it, I don't know. I just had this. You can hear it. It's just this confused jumble of like how I saw my version of an Italian restaurant. As I'd go into places and I had no connection with any like the music, the decor thing. This isn't like so. So I wanted to create a space that I was like, this is pure me. Yeah, and luckily that I'd been working on the food side of like I'd been really like studious on like kind of the New York style of pizza for years. I'd spent some time there kind of learning about it, so it was putting it all together. Yeah, I was like, I just want to open like the ultimate like just fucking like cool as fuck hangout. Yeah, for me and my friends. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? We only sell one kind of beer. We sell these pizzas, and we only have one cocktail, and we've got one white wine and one red wine. If you don't like it, it was like that's how aggressive. That's how sure I was when I first started. I was like, we're gonna have 10 pizzas. It was, and it was maybe a little bit cocky. I'll admit, but it was good fun.
And see, from that point of view, and you touched on it at the start when we're talking about. There is loads of creative people out there who have brilliant ideas, but as soon as it gets to the funding part, it falls down because they don't have access to it.
You don't have access. I'm going to cut you off. It's something I'm really you don't have access to it, right? And then there's people there to exploit you. There's people, right, I've got a great idea. I'm going to start. They can't even get into bricks and mortar. You maybe got food trucks. Yeah. You've got a street food idea, and there's people out there like ripping their arse out of these people, and like for events, and I watch it. I see them. Yeah, I know these guys are good. They've got a great idea, and they're ultimately, they're trying to get that next stage of bricks and mortar, but they're, they're taking advantage of in some respects. Yeah, and they're not maybe, it's just hard. It's not for the faint-hearted, and it is difficult. Sorry, and I'm not poking at anybody, but I see what's going on.
And see, from your point of view, how big a financial hit was it at the very beginning for you to get into that bricks and mortar? Like, how much of a gamble did you have to take to then make that jump?
I gamble. I bet everything on it. I bet everything. Jeez. Like, I would like if it hadn't worked, it would have nothing. But even it didn't work. Like, we got open. Like, I did it. We got like so. I managed to wangle my way into a building. And I made friends with the landlord. And while the deal was going through the lawyers, which took a month and a half. Right. I got keys cut on the second viewing, and me and my friends were doing the building through the night
before it was even finalised.
Before it was even mine. That's how. Like we hadn't. That's the time I needed to get home for Christmas. I need to do that. Yeah. And so we like dinged up the windows. The landlord knows now. Thank you. But we did the work on the building for 6 weeks before the lease was signed. If that hadn't went through the last minute, for whatever reason, the universe does work like that sometimes. It would have been fucked. It would have been horrific. But I believed, like, you're like, a massive thing in manifestation and kind of just believing and just like, and betting it all. Yeah. So, we worked on this place through the night and so ultimately the lease was signed and we opened 4 days later and everybody's like, that was quick. And I was like, oh, aye, it was.
Jeez.
that's so we could start making, because I couldn't know. And then what happened? We were 2 weeks in. I got the first quarter's rent bill, and no way you could have paid that.
Yeah.
That's how you just think, like, all of a sudden, as soon as you're in, people just start hitting you with bills. It's like, we're not busy yet. It's, and you just have to, and it's difficult, because then the hustle of just surviving and getting, when you start in negative equity and you're just like, you can have the best ideas in the world. You need to get, and then what happens, the hustle kind of takes over, the crazy. I just want to be good at, I want to be so good at this. But actually the spinning plates, and I, like, for the first 6 months, I was early in the morning, making the dough, didn't have a cleaner, so clean the restaurant, sweeping the street, waiting the tables, cooking, washing the dishes.
Jeez.
The marketing, learning, not learning, I was all over but literally marketing, and we had like a 6-month-old kid at the time as well. It was just like, it was madness.
As if the business isn't enough. You've got that going on in the background.
That maybe prompts you that, back to that corner, that fucks with you.
And the thing is as well, even at that, you've then got, in Edinburgh as well, you've got competitors everywhere. So you're trying to find your own path. Yeah. And you've got the whole, I watched another podcast you done, and there was a whole Domino's thing when they're just like firing out free pizzas to everyone in your
doorstep, right? Like people with flags standing outside their front door. Yeah, you got all that to deal with. So it's just like a battle. And as I said, it's like, I love it, but looking back, it's like it's mad how the craft should be the main priority. Yeah. Just being the best at the dough and the science and the art and the it's not. You're like, well, right, but here we are. Hey.
Did you have a moment where, or not, maybe not a moment, or a period where you thought, this is going to work? Like, this is.
No, I still don't.
Are you still waiting on it?
I still don't have that. I still don't feel like that. I'm like, he's like, you've got like almost 200 staff now, and I'm like, aye. No, I don't allow myself that. Wow. Like, I don't. I don't take compliments or praise particularly. I'm like quite uncomfortable around it, because I still don't feel like we've.
You still feel like you're proving yourself?
A little bit. I just feel like 3 years. I think now, we were boarding up restaurants. Like that was like one of the lowest days of my life. Like that, and I was like, I've never seen anything being taken away from me as easy as that. So I still don't allow, like, to sit back and go, I did a good, like, I'm happy. I'm just happy, like, still fighting or still training. That's like Rocky. It's like it's like an everlasting Rocky montage. That's a really old movie for anyone that's wondering what that is. Aye.
Did you see a way through COVID? See, at that point, were you thinking we'll be all right at the other side of this, or was there a doubt there about what was going to happen?
This is really odd. I fucking loved it.
Really?
I got a chance to prove my, I'll tell you a whole story because I didn't love it. It was awful. Like, so my wife, Olivia, is a nurse. She was the first ward in Edinburgh to go into COVID.
Right.
So she was having a horrific time, working nights, giving people like end of life care.
Yep.
Lots of people, sometimes multiple, like from household with no family. Like, so she was having a horrible time. And I had that. I was out there every day trying to save my business. So we started. Because I was so small and because I didn't know how to sit still, or I just pivot. I hate the word pivot, but we just moved straight into multiple different things. And all of a sudden, I created a new business in pizza making kits. Sold like 16,000 all over Scotland over the course of the thing. I turned everything into a delivery business. I employed all my mates who were like self-employed, like barbers, tattooists, like people that weren't getting looked after. Yeah. Employed all them, and I created this fucking massive, like, I got this chance to move and shine really fast, and I went for it. However, so my household was split because my wife's dealing with it. Like, she's coming from a different side, and I'm out there learning about fucking face. Like, I was like had an app already. I was ready for a fight like that. But on the other side, and why? Because I wanted to look after my guy. I don't know. I felt like I worked hard to build this shit to lose it to this.
It's like a community as well for you, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
And, you know, but like we had, at that time I had a pub, I just opened a pub.
Yeah.
I lost it to COVID.
Jeez.
Like, because, you know, there was just some things you couldn't save.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's like, but on the other chance, I got a chance to do other things. And as I said, we kind of almost doubled in size as an organization through that employee. You know, we got a chance to kind of do some good stuff. You know, we were out there feeding nurses, like we did a thing that you could buy nurses pizza and like that. And like we were giving money and just pizza drops to hospital and the sick. We were doing lots of like, it wasn't like virtue signaling. It was just like fun. We're open. Like for a certain point, because the night that it was like everything went shut down, I was like, thank fuck. I was just like the fight had gone out of me. And then my mate texted me and he's like, did the Prime Minister just say that you can deliver deliveries is like that's you?
They're acceptable.
Like, and I was like, oh shit. He did. So we just moved and we did that for however long it took. And as I said, there was losses. There was. Said like we lost some parts of the. It was just it was a mess.
Yeah,
and I was a mess, and I didn't know. Like I don't know, would I have that fight in me now? Maybe not. It was just.
How traumatic is the kind of losing businesses? Because like the pub idea, it must be hard. As much as like other things are working well, it must be hard to see a business go.
Well, yeah,
and there's not much you can do in those circumstances.
Yeah, when your life savings, like your money's in there, and there's nothing. You know, we had the pub, and it was a great idea. I got a pub off the brewery. Like we made like. Put pizza ovens in it and all of a sudden it was a neighbourhood boozer that had like seen better had seen better days because and put Civerinos in it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Aye.
And you know there was like 22,000 students lived in half a mile of this pub and like tourist accommodation and things. Yeah. They never came back. So this place, you know, like eventually like it just, you know, it was like we had to, you know, it was like, you know, cut off a line, you know, it like kept it going as long as we could, but eventually it was like this is not where my future lies.
Yeah.
And it was difficult. It was also good for your ego.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a humbling.
Yes, it is. You know, we managed to move all the staff out. We did everything right. But it was good. It's like it's not all. You know, it's not all like it was a good. I use it as a good learning experience for me. Like be able to let something go.
Yeah. As
opposed, you know, because, you know, maybe old me, like stubborn, would have hung on to that and let it drag it, like everything.
And you do see that a lot as well with businesses when you're just kind of flogging a dead horse. It's not doing anything, but you just don't want to let it go.
Yeah, the ego. It's you should let go of the ego, and which is difficult as a middle-aged man. When you like and just try and use it as a teachable experience. So yeah.
What about I always ask people this because we talk about loads of successes and we talk about brilliant things, but I always like to know the other side of it as well. See, from your point of view, what's the kind of biggest mistakes you've made that you look back and go, what was that thing? Like, why would I do that? From your kind of business point of view.
Do you know what? There's a few things like trusting the wrong people. Sometimes you're just that busy. You know, you put trusting and putting too much on the wrong people. Do you know what I mean? Some of the burdens just mine to carry alone and let people be good at what they're good at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like let them shine in their spot as opposed to like piling too much on them.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, and now on the back of that, you know, totally changed in the past 2 years since we came out of COVID and like, you know, completely different employer and we really nurture and look at like we're a good employer.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of who we've become and who my director of operations, Mark, and I have worked on to become. We've like came out of the other side of that shite COVID thing and we're like, who do we want to be? Who were like fucking awful to us as employees?
Yeah.
What didn't we like about that? So who do we want to be? Is it like this like thing? So regrets was not like making those changes sooner and like as I said and like nurturing, you know, because I was so on this fight for growth and like, you know, thing, you know, not taking the time to sit and nurture and nurture the people around me.
And that's the thing because I've had different people on from the hospitality industry and it does get a bad rap, be it for chefs working mad hours, like front of house staff working crazy hours. You've probably seen that from working in that hospitality environment as well.
Yeah.
From your point of view, if you like do anything you like, if you can go in and change one thing about the industry, what would you do if you had the power to go and
Do you know what? I would make it. It has. I just want to change. I do have the power to change it. I'm going to take that bad rap off my industry. That industry gave me a beautiful life.
Yeah.
And the people around me, it saved me. Like, school let me down. The education system didn't, wasn't like it is now, and I fell into hospitality because it let my neurodiversity thrive, and I kind of worked my way through it. But I want that for other people to come in. If you don't want to fucking, go, if it becomes your home, then it's a safe, respectful environment for you to shine and learn a fucking awesome career. That's what I want for hospitality.
Yeah.
So if my kids decided that that's what they wanted to do, then I know we've trailblazed a path that you're going to go, and you're not going to get abused. You're going to get paid fairly. You're going to have safe working environments. You're going to be treated respectfully, and you're going to fucking learn off people that want to teach. The abused don't have to become the abusers. Yeah. Which happens in every kind of trade, I suppose. You have to serve your time. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like that. So we've changed over the past 2 years. We've started just making those tweaks. Nobody works over 45 hours in my organisation. Or their contracted hours. Anybody on salary, they're paid overtime for anything they work over. I have people coming to me from things. Oh yeah, I used to work a 75, 90-hour week and get and I was what you contracted for that, and they'd be like a badge of honour. I was like, that doesn't happen. Yeah, that's not cool. So making those kind of changes, and just as I said, I want it to be a safe space, or and we've lost a lot of the work. Let's get to Brexit. We lost a lot of our workforce. Yeah. So we need to we need to start afresh. And this is if this is for you, then it's it can be fun. You can learn. It's all the things that are in the media just now, like programs like The Bear and things. It's it's fucking cool. We're the real rock stars. Not me personally. I'm sober, but it's I travelled the world working in kitchens and restaurants. I fucking loved it. Opens the back door of any city wide open. You're like, rah.
Did you have those experiences that you want to avoid? For people coming to work for you, did you go through that?
Yeah.
Suppose you used to call it a rite of passage.
Aye.
When you're
the hours and the lack of training or just abuse. It's my So yes is the answer to that. And yes, that's not happening again. Yeah, that kind of stops there. And as I said, and because of that, we've got good staff turnover. Yeah, people get it. We've also all our team have access to free mental health first aid, grief counselling, financial planning, other things that maybe you need out with as a support network. We've got to think all. However many employees we have access to that as part of their employment package. Just little things like that, can be helpful.
100%
on the journey. Do you know what I mean? And if you're fresh at school or university, if you're disenfranchised with fucking education or don't know what you do, because it's a good fucking pathway into the fucking big world, wide world. You come out of school at 16 or 17 and really not, you can't, how can you make, not everybody can make a decision about how they want to spend the next 50, 60 years of their life at that age.
What was your thoughts at that point before you left school? What did you have ideas of doing, or what was the...
I just wanted to go to raves.
Yeah.
I was I just wanted to skateboard and go to raves. I was like a child. Yeah. At 15, I was a young man at 15, 16. I was no way prepared. I was just heavy into hip hop, heavy into skateboarding. I didn't. What do you want to be when you grow up? Yeah. I maybe just only figured out in the past 9 years, and I think, and just got and explain it. And I think my curiosity got the better of me, and I went out and explored. And as I said, this industry took me in, and I managed to learn and personal growth and take a few wrong turns and a few right turns. And, and here we are.
Do you think there's too much pressure on kids at that age to define a career path?
Unless, I mean, yes, I think. Fuck. I mean, most of my everybody it changes so much. I think then to go. I'm not, unless you're completely ready and you're being nurtured and thing. But if you're just a little bit lost, and you're confident, I think somebody, there's a lot of pressure. And I had to do a chat at school like last year. I was asked to come in and speak to like 6 years going out and give them some advice. And I was like, have you met me? And I was like, but and what was my advice? I was like, just don't like. And I was like, you must be under an incredible amount of pressure just now.
Yeah.
Right. Your 20s are going to be magical.
Yeah.
Your 30s are even better. And by the time you get to my age, it's the golden age. So don't make any decisions just now that could affect that. Don't have any kids or get any face tattoos. Like, do you know what I mean? and just go and see the world. Like, do you know what I mean? Just don't make any decisions that could affect, like all the fun you're about to have in your 20s and your 30s.
But do you know something? There's probably kids sitting listening to you that were you at that same age going, I don't have a clue. What to do.
And that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a clue, but I'd like a car maybe.
Yeah.
Or I'd maybe like to go to Australia, or I'd maybe like to go to America, I'd like to see things, and what doors are open. Like, and I think we just be teaching the youngsters how to see how to search for half open doors and opportunities.
Yeah.
And, not like, like chasing the money, everybody has to, has to chase financial security, but also like, what is a good life? What is a happy life? And I think like that's, I'm just like starting to figure that out now. At middle age, and I just like that stuff I should have been, I had my blinkers on too when I was younger, and that's a regret. But I think there's more. Yeah. And that's the big hippie coming out of me now. There is more.
But it's true though. It's that whole kind of, when I look back at school and you had these kind of chats with your, I hate the term, like the careers officer at the time. It was like, you can either go to college, uni, you can work in an office. It was always working in an office. Didn't matter what you went in there and asked to do. It was like, you do an office job. But now you've got so many kids that are creative. They're bursting with ideas. They've got all these different things. But I think we just need to get better at nurturing that as well.
My first job, I left school, my first job was the DSS office.
Wow.
In Bathgate. I was 16.
That must have been an experience.
I just went straight, I left school 6th year. Because I went to university. It's an open day.
Right.
We stayed for a couple of nights at Stirling University. And I was just picking my subject. And I was like, oh no. Like, I'm like so at my depth. Like, I was just like, my confidence was, I was like, I don't know why. I would, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And I got a job, and I went to night school actually, because I thought I'll still get my qualification. I was like, why? But I did.
Yeah.
And I got a job in the DSS. All of a sudden, I'm 16, 17 years old. Like I told you what I was into. And all of a sudden, I'm in this office with like these like lifers that are just like, and I was like, and I, and you're like, okay, this doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Aye, and it's just like and our parents' generation were like, mum said, just need a good job.
Job for life.
Job for life. Job for life. Get the mortgage. Like thing, and I'm like. Because that was secure, that was what they were, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's what they want for us. My mum and dad were like hospitality people. They had a fish and chip shop, but they were like, you can't. This isn't the life for you. This is like they fucking lived it. So when I got my first office job, they were like, and I was like,
jeez. And did you see when they had the fish and chip shop? Did you like that part of it? Did you see yourself doing something like that?
Do you know what? I didn't. I was like, fuck me, these guys work hard.
Yeah.
That was their life. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just like that that was like, it wasn't like a business like I have a business. Yeah. It was just, it was a very modest, like fucking, like hard working fucking living. And then it didn't, and it didn't last. So I didn't. I was just like, I didn't know. Like again, I didn't know. It was just, and all of a sudden, I was like, fucking next thing. And then when I decided that office life wasn't for me, I went away and joined the Flying Circus and just like travelled. And then I got my first job in a restaurant in London. And I was like, I was a waiter. Now where I grew up. Like people were like, oh, like that's like people were like, oh, waiter, that's like, people would turn their noses up at like, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is magical. I'm serving people are chucking money at me. I'm in London, I'm going to nightclub. Like it was just, I was like, oh, I found my
dream job.
I found my people.
Yeah.
I found my place, and like I was just like, and then from there I wanted to learn every job in this restaurant and work in every restaurant, and because of that I was just like traveling the world, getting jobs in kitchens or bars or restaurants, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is living. Livin, living.
But I suppose as well for you, do you think it's important for people in the food industry, if you're wanting to have a business like yourself, do you think it's important to have that grounding and do those jobs from the kind of the bottom up to get that experience?
Aye, I mean, you just come in and do what you're good at.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just like, find out what you love, find out what you're good at, find out what your passion lies. I loved it. I think now looking back at it, I just had this, I'm a classic, like people pleaser. I just want to be out there fucking like hospitality.
Yeah.
It is. I want to be like, I wanted to fucking make people happy, serve food and then fucking make food and then learn about it and then improve and just like fill rooms and noise, and people and music and food and smells. I still get a fucking buzz off it. Like, I fucking love it. If I'm having a bad day, I'll drive past any of my places and just seeing them full of people and think it's like it's the best feeling in the world. I love it.
I love that. See, from we were obviously talking there about the things that you offer for your staff. What do you look for in people that are coming in? What do you want to see from people that are potentially joining?
Do you know what? It depends. If I see somebody that looks like they need it.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Like, there's a drive. It depends. Like, I look for different things. I want to see a bit of authenticity, a bit of drive, a bit of thing. But sometimes it's just seeing what's behind there and see what you could be.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Where I don't know, it's like talk's talk. I get somebody in for an hour, 2 hours. Let's see how you jam.
Yeah. See
what you want out of this, because we could sit down. I could tell you anything. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And think it's just like, see, what they want out of it. How I'm not really into the recruiting side of it anymore. Got like amazing people that like. Yeah. But it's just looking for like just see what turns. Do you know what? Seeing what gets people going, and seeing how I can make them better. Like the thing I'm kind of working on just now is just leaving everything better than I found it, including people.
Yeah.
What do you want out of this? My whole thing is, at the moment, is going to people, especially my senior guys. You're running we're doing great things here. Yeah. It's fun, right? Right. What are you going to do? You're either with me for life, you're going to open your own place, or, you go somewhere else, right? If you want to open your own place, I'll support you 100%. Learn with me, from me, at my later, like learn together. And when it's your turn, I'll support you wholeheartedly, because that's your journey. That's if that's the end of the line for you, then I'll help you get there. I love that. But if not, if you're just passing through for university, also good. Yeah, learn to love it. You'll come out with people skills. You'll respect hospitality. People like just whatever, and or if you're working like long term, or then you're looked after and you're part of the family. Yeah. And your work life balance is as good as, if not better than, mine.
Yeah, and that for the hospitality industry, that is what you want as well. You want that positive view of, I don't work 70 hours a week, I do my normal hours.
Yeah, we just had our biggest festival ever, and nobody worked over for 5 days. And normally Edinburgh, there's horror stories of Edinburgh Festival. Do you know what I mean? And things like people not with us. Unless you want to, unless you're saving for something or you want the hours. Work-life balance. Yeah. Everybody's got families, kids, partners, lives, hobbies. Beautiful. Just we're all on the same path. Like, do you know, we're all on the same path. All got shit we want to do outside work. It's like me that has to consume 24/7. Yeah. Nobody else. And that's quite nice.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, obviously. How do you manage the work-life balance? Because you've obviously got a family as well. You've got kids, you've got a wife, you've got a massive company that you're obsessed with. How do you find or have you always, has it always been a struggle to find the balance?
No. I have balance now. About a year and a half ago, I got sober, started just different work on myself to just to switch off. I was probably quite dysfunctional because I was so fucking, you've got to be I've got to be on, and it's not healthy. Yeah. And it's not healthy for the people around me. So I made some changes in my work-life balance. And It's great. I have, as I said like this morning, I was up and out the house 5:30, 6 o'clock, run, swim in the sea. So if it's some alone time, I kind of think about, let it all go, so then I can get back to my kids and parent them and be abundant for them, just as I'm abundant for my fucking employees.
Yeah.
My kids and my wife and my kids have to get this, like the same, if not better, from me, and it can't just be all like. So it just so it made all these changes to kind of manage myself better. So because in the past I was just so focused on that. You said that company I'm obsessed with. Yeah, they suffered as a result of it. Right. Because I was just like freaking,
Could you see that at the time?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. And I can see it even clearer now looking back. Yeah. But that's not what you want. It's like I don't want to build something beautiful then my kids get to be teenagers and not know who I am or have missed out. And it's like I can do better than that. So that's important. So that's what I want for me and anybody around me in my organisation. So it doesn't have to take over anybody's life.
Yeah. And from you, obviously, watching your mum and dad growing up, how do your kids feel about it? Because they're obviously seeing you in the pizza shops and...
I'll tell you a story, actually. So we opened in Glasgow.
Right.
Now, in the past, I've opened places, turned up, opening parties, and I've just been there, and like it's really stressful, and I'm like in the background nitpicking and things. And this time, we came through to Glasgow for 2 or 3 days, stayed in a hotel, and opening. So we had a friends and family lunch and then a surprise launch the next night, a couple hundred people, and it was all about my wife and the kids. We got there, the team had done an excellent job, opened, it was perfect, and it was all about them enjoying it. This is what I've built, this is what we do. And my son was out there sweeping the street, meeting the press, handing out things. My wife was and they got to enjoy, as opposed to this kind of stressful launch thing. Yeah, that's all done. The work was done. It was about the staff. And that it was just a bit this kind of like opening with a complete harmony. This is and I shared it with them. It was like it was a bit not that I wasn't fussed. My main focus was that they got to just see what we've been working really hard on behind the scenes for the last year and a half. Yeah. And for them to enjoy it and experience it, because that doesn't happen. You don't open your first restaurant in Glasgow twice.
Yeah, this is very true.
So it was for them to enjoy it, and like my son, he's 10, he's really switched on, he's really proud of it, and he's out sticking in the street and talking to journalists, and it was just it was fun, and that was a gift. Yeah, that was a vibe. Like I was really proud that this is if it doesn't get any better than this, I'm fucking happy. Yeah, that's cool.
Do you think they'll follow your footsteps?
I don't know. The world is their oyster. Yeah. The world is their oyster. We'll see. It's up to them. I'm all for it if they do, but likewise, who knows?
Yeah. I know you don't like to talk about the brilliant things and you get uncomfortable with it, but over that 9 years, has there been kind of real high points for you when you've kind of looked back and thought that was brilliant, that was a good moment for us?
Do you know what? There was a moment, again, talking about opening Glasgow. Yeah. I'd been away, I'd been busy, and it was like a week before we opened, and I turned up in my van. Right. And I've got pictures, and I'm in there just mincing, and I walked in, and I didn't really know anybody because my guy had been I was mission control building it with the thing. Anyway, I walked in, and there was 2 people, managers, training 30 people about my brand and my food and me and the thing, and I didn't know any of them, and they didn't know who I was, and I was in the background, I was in the background, just pretending to be something, listening, and it was
it's like undercover boss.
It was a pure moment because I didn't it was just I was this is I just let that sink in. I was like, this is a high point. This is fucking cool. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah. I thought it was one of the workies. Do you know what I mean? And they're talking, and they had the handbook and the thing. And I was like, oh, I think I got emotional. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a pure moment. So yes, that for me, I was like, oh, I'm doing something. This is. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I can't even describe it. I was like, this is cool.
That'd be such a surreal point as well. Right. Love that. I need to ask you, right? So I seen this on another podcast. So back in early Edinburgh days, there was a company that opened up with the same name.
Yes.
Now, is it true that you sent them a pizza with fish heads in it, saying, "Welcome to the neighbourhood, cunts."
It's not true. I wish it was. I wish it was. I like that we have folklore. We did open next to them.
Did you take it as a compliment that they done that, or were you fuming?
I was at the time. I'm a different person now. I saw that as a provocation. Again, I was like, because I was on this, like, you know, I was like fighting for my life through COVID and things. Yeah. And I saw it as a kind of, you know, and now looking back on it, it was like, it wasn't worth.
Did you know it was coming, or did it just?
I went to look at I told my wife, and I was like, I really think we should open in this neighbourhood. Right. Would you mind coming into the shop with me? Mm-hmm. She's like, yes. So we jump in the car and we go, and there's a place there called Slicks, and I was like, she's like, have you built it already? Is that a surprise? And I was looking at it going, no. So, and do you know what? It was a blip. But no, I think I like that story's going about, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But we did open 2 doors away from them.
Mm-hmm. When they were still there?
Yeah.
God, that must have been tense.
For 5 minutes, it was. I saw it as a chance to do something fun. Yeah. Now, like, new me would have been like, just let it go. But at the time, I was like, you know.
Do you get a lot of people now? Not saying replicating, but do you get a lot of people coming to you and asking that they maybe have an idea or they want to get into that food industry?
I'm coaching, like, low key, you know, a handful of people that come because I really want to share. I really want people to do well. Yeah. I really want. If there's anything I can give you that's going to help you get, like, anything, I'm fucking here for it. So, a bunch of people. In fact, I'm an open book. Like, anybody phone, like, from me, who does this for you? Who does that? Who does I'll tell them. Like, so, and on the other side of that, because I love the energy from, you know, I've got this, you know, I love talking to people about what we do and see what their energy is, and seeing if I can give them any, like, pointers or help navigate these choppy waters and, you know, thinking that absolutely. So that's new me. That's like, you know, as I said, community, and I want to be a figure in that community. I want to be able to help people, not like, you know. So that's really important for me. If that's kind of what my like, if legacy is a thing, and years go, like, actually, you know, like, that's what I want to bring to the table.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to be remembered for. From that point of view. Would you then get the same buzz if you've got people either working with you just now or coming to you, and you then see them open a place?
Oh, I do. I've had a few, and I love it, and I'll support them, and just pride, like, just, you know, absolute pride for them, because I know what it's like. Yeah, that's it. I know that feeling. Yeah.
Do you think people underestimate how difficult it is to start up in the food industry from a business point of view? Because you see so many, like, starting and disappearing really quickly.
I think they do, but they fucking understand it very fast. Yeah. Because it's you know, thingy. And then, as I said, there's just so many variables that could just like screw you. I think anybody that does underestimate it finds out very fast. You know, but I think everybody knows it's not easy, and it's, you know, that's why, you know, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah. It's not a get rich quick.
It's a lifestyle. Yeah. Like, you know, I'm just like, me and my family are really into food. That's what we do. So yeah, we just got to lean into that. But I'm really interested in seeing how people starting up just now do, because it's you know, you want everybody to do well, but it's, you understand the landscape just now.
Yeah, it's totally changed. What about the biggest learning you've had in the last 9 years?
I don't know everything, right?
Yeah.
Every day's a school day. I fucking love learning. I love being surrounded by people that are better than me.
And that makes some people uncomfortable.
I love being surrounded by people that can shine and thing, and I can learn from them. It can rub off. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just fortify myself with, like, everybody around me's allowed to shine. There's no tiring energy around me where I know best. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's, again, like, it's a little hippie commune. But I just do you know what? Like that's been my biggest, like it's just understanding that I don't know everything, and that I can learn, that everything's a teachable moment. Everybody's, that I can, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be humble enough to ask for help and advice, and sounding ideas off a multitude of people because everybody's different. I think, back when we started, just before 2014, just before we did Civerinos, I think I went to a friend and I was like, I took him and I showed him, he's like, I think it's maybe just time for you to go and get a job in a bank or something.
What did you say to that?
I was like, you think? Maybe. I don't know, like that's how, so.
Yeah.
But it was said, like maybe it's time,
Jeez.
Is that a good friend? Maybe. Like, that's like something being open enough to,
Yeah, they're open enough to say it to you, yeah.
Yeah. So, aye.
Jeez. That could have been a different you. Just went and worked in a bank.
Aye. I'd be great. I'd love that. But that's what he said. Maybe it's time. Just take your skill, take your skill set elsewhere. Is like you've got a young family. I think it came from. No, I don't think it came from a good place.
Yeah.
You got a young family. It's like going to the casino and betting it all on red. Like.
But then I suppose if you've always had that mindset, it'd be hard to then shift and go to back to that DSS job of sitting there every day, Groundhog Day, just doing the same thing. Well,
actually, I think yeah, exactly. But I think I was diagnosed with ADHD last year, and it's one of my. I'd probably be really good at it.
Yeah, the routine side of things. Yeah, very different career path.
But there's also other traits that have made me thrive in this in this space. But it could have been a very different journey, and like as I said, it's just getting advice. I went to having confidence is one thing, but actually like getting reading the room is another. So going to 4 or 5 things like that. Great, shite, maybe and sometimes you just get a lot of because having that having courage to move is one thing, but just having a bit humility to kind of or having the sense to take the right advice.
Yeah,
and
and trusting your own instinct as well.
Trust your own, as I said, I've got this thing about just recognizing half open doors just now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you, I always like asking people this that have had a business, if you could get back and tell Michele 9 years ago before the first oven is switched on, one thing from what you know now, what would it be?
Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be all right. Aye.
Were you fully confident at that time, or were you doubtful?
I was running on pure nervous energy and confidence, and then, as I said, when the first rent bill came in,
how much was the first rent bill?
16 grand.
Jeez.
And we'd been open 2 weeks, and I think we'd taken a fraction of that, and I was like, oh no. And that was just I think the fight went out of me a little bit. I was like, I don't know how.
And that's crushing for a business as well.
It's
at
crushing,
that point.
I think but those reality checks, sometimes the universe gives you a little. Oh, what about this?
Yeah.
And that happened, and it did take the wind out of me, and I was like, oh fuck, what have I done? But here we are. I don't know actually what happened after that, but I figured it out.
9 years down the line.
I think that was a trauma response. I'm going to have a cry in a minute. It was, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, whew, maybe it wasn't a good idea. No, we're going to fight that. I'm going to make this work. And then it was about 3 months later. Somebody took a picture and sent me, and it was a queue outside Hunter Square. And my wife posted it on her Facebook, and I saw it, and I was like, and I was just like, oh fuck! And it was just like maybe 16 people waiting in a queue to get in for a table, and I was like, oh. And then and then that's you need those little wins.
Yeah,
that was a big one. And that I was like, oh, maybe this will be okay.
I suppose that's a bit like that day in Glasgow. You're then kind of justifying what you're trying to do, and you're seeing the benefit from it.
Definitely.
Jeez. What's the plans for the next few years? Both for you and for Civerinos. Where do you see?
I'd like to open another one in Glasgow.
Right. Anywhere in particular, or just?
No, I'm open to suggestions.
Right.
I'd like to open another one in Glasgow. and then take the show on the road. I'd love to hit England. I'd love to go south. But also just my kids are kind of getting to kind of, I want to just take some, not time out, just, do you know what, continue. Two things. I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, like just like, so like I want to be on the school run every day, morning and night. I want to be like fucking, you know, doing sports with my kids all weekend.
Yeah.
And I want to carry on my own journey of like, you know, better, like improvement, like self-awareness. And then hopefully that all will translate into the company and we'll have a nice, I think, so yeah, Glasgow too would be good, but I'm also just enjoy the space that we're in and just, you know, it's been a wild couple of years, just like enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like literally just like enjoy it. Hey, what does this look
You've
like?
earned it, yeah.
People are like, what's next? And I'm like,
don't know.
This.
Yeah.
You know, might get a hobby, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I won't be opening any more bars or pubs.
And
ever.
For anyone watching, we always, biggest demographic is kind of school leaving age that watch the podcast. So from your point of view, you've been in that position, you've obviously then went and done your own thing, found your own path. What advice would you give to kids in that 16 to 18, have no idea what I want to do, or they maybe sit and going, I'd love to do something in the food industry? But what would you say based on your experiences?
Bunch of stuff. First of all, be curious, right? Get out there, like work on, like find something to work on your set, like, you know, find, like, be curious, and even if you have no plan, like, just get out there. Like I said before, don't make any fucking mistakes that affect you long term, or many decisions. You've got like fucking years to kind of to figure things out, so nothing's set in stone. Find someone you admire or look up to or respect in that space and study them.
Who was yours?
Like lots of people. Like you know. There's I like a saying, like, you cannot be what you cannot see.
Yeah.
I want, you know, and so like, so I spend a lot of time like studying, like, you know, like looking for people, like their success, their mistakes. Ask. I can be curious.
Yeah.
I go to people like legends in the industry and ask them, like I'm not scared. What do you think of this? What did you do here? What did you like? Just be curious. Don't be like, it's daunting. Don't like and trust your gut. Trust your gut. Finesse your instincts. Learn when it serves you. Like because I think, you know, like that's like your instincts, like one of the strongest like senses, and like on a primal level that you've got. Like trust it. With something you think something's going to be good or bad. Just look for inspiration. Look for a role model, like in that space that you like, that you are or you think you're pointing towards, and see if there's something you can learn. Yeah. And then build a work ethic, because without a solid work ethic, fuck all happens. Yeah. And a work ethic, it's not like a back in my day thing. A work ethic's like, it serves you. It serves your health. It serves your, you know, your like everything around you. Like if you can put the hours in, get your 10,000 hours.
Thank you so much, mate. This has been brilliant.
I am sick of the sound of my own voice, but I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm a massive fan, and I feel like I'm getting better at this. I think thank you for pulling it out of me.
No, not at all. It's been brilliant, and I would genuinely, like, if nobody has been yet, get over there. The pizza is tremendous.
Thank you.
Cannot hype it enough.
And the staff are incredible.
Yeah.
Aye. Thank you for welcoming me to Glasgow. It's been awesome.
Thank you, mate. Brilliant.
Thank you.